we haven't had much drama, have we, in about 24 hours at West Ham? So it's good that we've got some. It feels back to normal. We really like a bit of drama, don't we, in East London? And blimey, did we get it today? And before we get into the video, though, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, I'm sorry if I sound a bit rough. I just can't shake this cold. I feel really ropey at the moment. In fact, I've had to do a COVID test. That's how I feel really poorly again. So apologies if I sound a little bit lethargic. I'm trying. The other one is, first of all, just a reminder that we're going to be giving away a West Ham top to a fan every month for the whole season. All you need to do is be a subscriber. Look out for the videos. We did one a couple of days ago. Just go in there, put a comment, and you're in the competition. That's it. And then we'll get in touch with you if you're the winner, and we'll sort out what you want. Now, I did make it also clear that it's not just a home top. If you want to have the away, you want to wait on the away, wait on the third, just say, I want to hold fire, let me know what I want, or you might want to get it for your kid or your missus, whatever. Let us know. We'll sort it all out. It doesn't matter. As long as you get, you win it, then you can do whatever you want. I also got, my dad actually pulled me up on this. He sent me a message and said, you keep saying kit. He said, you're confusing fans. You keep saying, we're giving a giveaway a shirt. Then you're saying, but the banner says kit. I do agree, actually. I do think he's raised a good point. And I think some fans have questioned it. Am I getting the kit or the top? It's actually just the top. I mean, I'd love to do the kit, but I think it would bankrupt the whole the business. So, yeah, it's just the top. So apologies if people were thinking they were going to be in the full kit going to London Stadium. I'm sure that's what they were dying to do, but it's just the top. But as I said, it's home, away, third kit, whatever you want. And all you need to do is just subscribe and then just comment on the kit video each month, and just put any comment you want. Maybe we'll make it a bit more fun as the season goes on in terms of what we're going to comment. Maybe we'll do best new chant or something. But for now, just put a comment in and you're in the competition. I'll let you know in a couple of weeks, and then we'll send you out our new West Ham top. So back to the dramas of West Ham United. This is quite a personal one for me, actually, because I've actually taken quite a lot of stick today because of this. So basically this morning, I think it was this morning. It might have been last night. I have to remember because I've been a bit under the weather, so I went to sleep quite early. Woke up and went on Twitter straight away. Bang! All this stuff about Scamacca, and it came from a Fabrizio Romano tweet, and he'd taken it, sort of extracted it from an Italian newspaper magazine, I believe, actually. And basically quoting Scamacca. Now, Scamacca basically said, I'm just paraphrasing here. He basically just said, playing for Roma is his dream, it's his home, and then he wants to play under Mourinho. He thinks he'll make him a better player. Not good. I mean, let's be honest, straight off the bat, not what you want to be reading ahead. Right, we've got kicking off our Premier League season in a few weeks, and the last thing we need is our number one striker, effectively, saying he wants to go to Roma and wants to play Mourinho. I was really annoyed with it. I've become quite annoyed with the player, not because of his... Not because of his last season, effectively, because I do feel a bit sorry for him. He has had injuries, so it's harsh to judge him on it. But I haven't liked the level of commitment. I'm going to be honest. I've said it a few times. A lot of people have slated me for saying it. I've got a little bit of stick today. People think I've got an agenda against him. I just haven't warmed to the person. I like the player. I like the style. I like his ability. He just doesn't come across to me very happy or committed to be West Ham. And I've mentioned it a few times before. However, in regards to the Romano tweet, I put a tweet up basically saying, look, I told you I'm not happy with his attitude, or his attitude stinks, I actually quoted. Or that's what I said. And then it came out, the full article then came out, and it wasn't as bad, to be fair. It looks like they've taken bits of the story to build up a big story. It's very common. That's what people do. But if you actually read it, he does say, I'm actually happy at West Ham. Looking forward to next season. He wants to score 20 goals. All these quite exciting things that, let's be honest, as a West Ham fan, you want to hear. I'm all for that. People have said to me, oh, you're going to retract your comment. No, I'm not, actually. I'm not going to retract it. The reason I'm not going to retract it is because I don't like the idea. The bit that really got right to me is not even about Roma. Not even about Roma. He's welcome to love another club. I mean, if Roma's his home side, that's the club he wants, he has passion for and love for. That's life. That we can accept that. I don't like the Mourinho comment. That was the one that really, I thought you don't need to say that because it's disrespectful to David Moyes. As much as we, got David Moyes has taken a lot of criticism. He's taken it from myself. He's taken it, across all channels and media everywhere across the fan base. He deserves more respect than that. I don't like the idea of him saying, I'd like to pound him because he would get better out of me. I just think that's nasty a little bit on the manager. No need for it. And really not warranted. We're just about to start a season. Why say things like that? Why disrupt something? I don't know when it was recorded, to be fair. I don't say it could have been a few weeks ago, but even still, I'm not really bothered when it was recorded or whatever, when he did the interview. I'm still not happy with the comment. I don't like it. I don't like this attitude from Scamacca. But I will say that when I read the full article, I did think to myself, well, he is saying the right things in terms of West Ham. I'm happy in London. I had intention to move. He's actually kind of confident. Like, well, it won't happen again last season. I won't be in that sort of state. I mean, you can't guarantee not to be injured, but I like the confidence. I'm going to score 20 goals. Well, that's what we want to hear. I've still got doubts, but I will come to that in a minute. But yeah, as I say, so people are asking me to sort of retract my comment. I'm not going to retract my comment in terms of what I think of his attitude at the moment. I don't like it. Maybe it has been blown out of proportion. Maybe it has, and I'm happy to accept that. But yeah, I still find it really unhelpful, especially for a player that's had questionable commitment to this football club since his arrival. Let's be honest. I don't like the idea of him saying that before a season. It's just like, great. That's really not set the tone well, is it, for you? You're supposed to be now thinking, right, I'm going to really hit the ground running this season. I'm going to do well. That, to me, however you want to dress it up, is a come and get me plea to Roma. That's how I read it. I want to play for you. It's my dream to play for you. I want to play for the manager. Yes, I'm still at West Ham. I want to do well, but I still want to play there. I just don't think it's helpful. I might be being a bit harsh. I'd love to know your thoughts. Feel free to even criticise me and say, you're totally wrong. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm being really harsh, really critical, and maybe this is very commonplace. I just don't seem to see this from a lot of other players that do things like this. Someone said to me, well, Declan's been saying it. No, he hasn't. He might have made a comment at the World Cup about his dream was to be playing Champions League football, but that doesn't mean he's desperate to leave West Ham. And someone said, well, he said that about Arsenal, playing for Arsenal. Well, he didn't, no. Antonio, talk about, Antonio never said, oh, I'd love to go and play there. I want to go. My dream is to play there. He just sort of said, well, my future's a bit uncertain. That's very different. And at that time, his future was uncertain. It still is. So that's a little bit different. To come out and say, I want to go and play for that manager, I just don't like it. I really think it's a bit underhand and not pleasant for David Moyes. And as I've said, this isn't just a one thing for me with Scamacca. If you remember last season, I have brought this up before. Apologies for repeating myself, but if you remember, I think it was the Arsenal game. He walked out. He came to the stadium. Video of him walking in. Then before the game kicked off, he walked out, jumped to the car, and went off. And they went, "Oh yeah, he came for an assessment." I thought straight away was, why can't you stay and watch the game? Where have you got to be that's so important? Your team is about to play Arsenal in a London derby, big game, and your priority is, I want to shoot off and go home or wherever it is. Now, again, I might be totally getting this wrong. He might have had to go to a doctor's, but again, I just didn't like it. It didn't sit well with me. And then, of course, we had the whole semi-final in the Europa Conference where Scamacca missed watching the West Ham game because he was at a Roma game. Again, people came to me and said, well, hang on, he's fine. He's a Roma fan. The way I look at it is this, right? If I played for Everton, right, and Everton are in a semi-final of the FA Cup, whatever, West Ham are playing the same night, I would go to watch the Everton game and cheer my teammates on. I obviously would want West Ham to win. Of course I want West Ham to win. Of course I'd be keeping an eye on the score, but I'd go and support my teammates. It just didn't shout to me commitment. It shouts that you're not really there. Your head's not in the right place. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. And of course, we've also seen the body language has been great. I wasn't at the game at Boreham Wood on Monday, but although I think he played okay, I think he did some quite neat stuff. Apparently, body language wasn't great. A lot of head down, a lot of moody. I mean, again, I wasn't there, so correct me if you were there and you say, Mark, that's rubbish, not true. Let me know. But that's what I've heard, that he wasn't overly happy-looking player again, which is not what I want to hear. Final thoughts on it then. Well, I still stand by my opinion that Scamacca doesn't fit the David Moyes system. That's not going to suddenly change with him just saying, I'm going to score 20 goals. If you're going to score 20 goals for David Moyes, you need to play like Antonio, effectively. And he can't do that. He can't run the channels and bully defenders. That's not his game. That worries me. Will we change the system? I don't know. People have asked me again about this. We talked about this on West Ham Fan TV with Nicky Hawkins. He asked me about that and said, what would you do with the system? I don't want to change the system. I know it's painful at times to watch and all that kind of stuff. But we tried this last season and it nearly relegated us. I don't want to go down that same path. And that puts huge doubts in my mind about Scamacca and his future at West Ham. It really does. And I'm sorry to say that. Now, let's just say that what Scamacca has said about West Ham, and I mean that he's going to be fit, he's confident, and he's going to score 20 goals, he believes. Of course, keep him. Of course, keep him. That is what we want. That is desperately what we want. Will it happen? I have really big doubts. I still have doubts whether he'll be here. I really do. I don't like that interview. The writing for me isn't great on the wall. It looks like a player that wants to go back to Italy. That's what I'm seeing. It might be total rubbish. Again, the Italian press are renowned for wanting Scamacca back with them. So who knows? But yeah, I'm. My feeling is for Scamacca, right? Words are cheap. Okay, that's all well and good. You keep saying, "Oh, I'm really happy, really happy." Show it. Show some commitment. Show you really want to be at the club. Put a smile on your bloody face. For one thing. Look a bit committed. Look like you're going to throw yourself around. Look like you want to do well. I'm probably being harsh. It's only pre-season, but I just don't get that aura from him at all. And I want to start seeing it. If he's going to stay, I want to see a committed footballer come back to West Ham, want to do well, want to be successful. I'm sure he does deep down, but my gut tells me, and let's be honest, it's not too difficult. I think I'm sure many people will agree with me on this one, that he wants to go back to Italy.